Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal, and I've got my video here how to write my credit letters. Basically, if you go to my website, www.creditdisputeletters.org, you can start disputing your credit, start really improving, and finally being able to get the things you really need. I've ran into people who, through my website, through my page, who have told me they can't even get a car, they can't get an apartment because of things that are on their credit. And if they just knew all they have to do is just be very aggressive with disputing, that they will eventually get those things removed. One thing I need to let you guys know is that when you're disputing things on your credit report, you've got to understand that the individual who's opening up the letter is someone just like you. More than likely, they're underpaid. In fact, you can go and look at the jobs. I mean, these are jobs that they can't keep people staffed at. They're paying them 10, 11, $12 an hour. Uh, it's really a mixed job. People, don't stick around long. So you've got to understand that depending on who answers the letter, really can determine a lot with how things get removed. That's why you constantly want to be very aggressive with who answers the letter when you dispute things on your credit report. Okay. So here is the letter that I have in front of you right now, and I've got you pulled up here. And as you can see here, you're going to, of course, edit the date. All right, 2017. You're going to put your name, your address, city, state, and zip. All right. Then, of course, you're going to come down. Obviously, unverified account. You can leave that blank. All right, you want to clear this out, Control X. All right, and then you're going to put the name of your account, the account number, leave this as unverified. All right, now you can only dispute about 20 accounts at a time. All right, 20 accounts at a time can be verified at one time. That's why I really like using this one to start first. And the first things first is you want to dispute through the credit bureau first. You don't want to dispute the credit lender or whoever lent you the money. You don't want to dispute them first. You want to go through the credit bureau first because that's where your problems lie, right? So you want to go to where your problems lie first. And more importantly, the first bureau you want to dispute is TransUnion. TransUnion by far and away is the easiest bureau to dispute. And they are more than happy to delete things off your credit report when you ask to. I'm not sure why that is, but all I know is that the people at TransUnion are very happy to delete things off your credit report. And when you do that, in fact, I would actually start out by disputing a TransUnion maybe for the first 2 months or so. The first two times, just dispute TransUnion with letter one and letter two. And then when the results you get back from those two, you send to Equifax and Experian. Equifax and Experian. So you would send those results to Equifax and Experian and say, hey, TransUnion deleted this. Please provide me the information you believe to substantiate why this should not be deleted on your end as how TransUnion deleted it from my credit report. 9 times out of 10, Equifax and Experian will fold and they'll go ahead and delete it off their credit report as well. All right. Now, when these things are deleted, they will not come back. They will not come back. I've been hearing some people saying they get reposted. They will get reposted if you contact the lender that was deleted and you make a payment. And you make a payment of some sort. Yes, it will return on your credit report. Right. The trick is that you don't want to make any payments. I love it when I have a client, and which I don't have clients anymore, but I would have an individual who hasn't paid in months or years. That's the best person to be because it's more expensive for them to maintain the information on their credit report than for them to just go ahead and delete it, right? So if you're making payments and you're actually paying down the debt, that's actually a bad thing. Now it's probably helping your scores somewhat, but it's actually a bad thing because I'd rather see somebody who's going through the process of not paying and it's been hurting their credit and they're starting at 400, 500, than to have somebody who's at 620 or 630 and they're paying down their debts and they're trying to get to 720. You'd be surprised how easier it is to go from 4 to 7 than from 620 to 720. You'd be surprised. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you'd be surprised because somebody who hasn't paid their debts at all of a sudden starts disputing and then starts paying off the little stuff that's just being annoying and not being able to take off easily. That person will have a dramatic rise in score increase than somebody who's barely on the line and just needs a couple things here and there removed. All right. Of course, first things first, you never dispute online. Never, 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 never dispute online. Okay. When you dispute online, you make little tiny agreements that you would never agree to if you read where they said, do you agree? Move on. You never want to dispute anything online. Please, please, please do not dispute anything online. All right. Now, when you go down to the form, you'll see here copy of ID, Social Security card, and then a notary. You don't actually need the notary. So I would delete that part. You don't need a notary. Just please submit a copy of your driver's license and your social along with this, just to verify your identity. And people are saying, well, why would I do that? Well, here's why. Because the credit bureaus will come back and say, we received a letter asking us to dispute. We want to verify that it was really you that sent it. That's just a way for them to get at you to slow down the process. All right. They know it was you, but because you didn't submit that proof of identity, that's a way they can come at you and demand that you show proof of identity. And now all of a sudden you're slowed down by 2.5, 3 weeks or more because you didn't, submit that ID and Social Security. All right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, these are the same letters that the people who charge $100, $120 a month to dispute your credit are doing. Okay, they're doing the exact same thing. Please do not believe them when they say they're using lawyers and that is bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. They've got people sitting in front of the computer looking at your credit report doing the exact same thing. The only thing is that they're clicking next to a button and it's automated to send out the letters every single month that you're paying that monthly fee, whether it be $87 like some other ripoff companies or $120 like some other ripoff companies. Please do not pay anybody to fix your credit. This is something you can do on your own for less than $10 a month, and you do it every single 30 days. Go to the dollar store, get yourself a binder, right, with a couple folders. Put it in the folders every single month. Just January, February, and March. Just start disputing. Okay, this is something you do 1 week in a month. You can do this by yourself. I've done it for myself. I've done it for members of my family. And, I remember when I first started doing this, there was a point where I couldn't get a loan. Now I can get a loan. Obviously, I've learned now over the course of many years that, in fact, I actually prefer business credit over personal credit because business credit rises and builds faster than personal credit, and it's a lot easier to grow business credit. That's a whole different video. But yes, buying cars, buying homes, you need good credit. Good credit is your reputation, and your credit score is a determination of that. When you have a low credit score, that means you don't care about your financial reputation. And that's what that's the big thing that people need to understand, is that your credit score is a gauge of your financial reputation. What does this person care about money? If you have a low credit score, it tells people this individual doesn't care about the management of money. And that's why people are not willing to lend you money, even though you might be a good person, you might have a great job, you have a low credit score. So I don't know you, I don't know your family, and again, like I said, you can have a good job, be a good person, but your credit score tells me, who's never met you, that you don't care about the management of your funds, of your finances. That's why we want to make sure we have a decent credit score so that we can go in and being able to get a new car, to buy a new home that says, okay, I can lend to this person because I have a credit score that lets me know that this individual is going to follow the rules of this contract, and that makes me positive to know that it's okay to lend to this person. All right? So a lot of people need to understand why you need to have a good credit score. All right, because people who don't know you, who want to lend you money, want to know that they're going to be paid back. And if you have a low credit score, that tells somebody that if you lend to this person, they're not going to pay you back. So I'm not going to lend to you. They're not going to lend to you. You're not going to get that car. You're not going to get that house. You're not going to get that apartment. You know, if you have a poor credit score. All right? Or you got a lot of crap on your credit. So you got to get that shit removed. All right? And to point out, please, please, please go to creditdisputeletters.org, creditdisputeletters.org. It's only $10. Sign up, creditdisputeletters.org. Get it, and, be on the path to changing your life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care.